Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing a bonus reading for you guys. You had the highest viewership last week, so thank you so much. I do want to start by letting you know that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Cancer sign out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Also, keep in mind that the energies may reverse. So if it is resonating for you, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that is not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Cancer. All right, Cancer, you are starting out with the Lovers. You have the Hanged Man, and you have the Three of Swords. So you guys are waiting for love to come into your life. You're looking for a soulmate. You don't want ordinary love. You have a very strong idea of what it is that you want, and you're going to wait for it. You're not going to rush into something just to be with somebody. Where did all this come from? Well, it came from a place of pain. It came from a place of heartbreak. I feel like you were involved with somebody at some point that you felt was not prioritizing this relationship. You felt like this person may have even chosen someone over you. But I definitely feel that from that pain, you have developed and made so many changes that now you're willing to wait for the right person. So your energy is really, it comes from a place of pain, but that pain taught you, so your energy is good. Let me see who is in your energy. Yeah, there were deep lessons learned, lessons of the heart through a very painful experience. But you kind of put yourself back together. You made changes, and I feel like it changed your outlook in how you view relationships in general. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. We have the King of Wands. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. And coming out together is the Two of Cups reversed along with Judgment in the reverse. So the person that's in your energy, I feel like this is somebody you haven't spoken with in a while. This is somebody who has either recently initiated conversation with you or they want to. If they haven't, they're going to be the one to take the initiative to do so. I don't see you doing that. This is somebody that did not prioritize this connection, and this is somebody that hurt you. You were not on the same page. I definitely see that there was an ending, and the person that's in your energy is basically beginning to acknowledge here that they used some bad judgment with regard to you and how they handled you, how they handled the situation. So I do feel like this is somebody that is going to reach out to you. Now, this person is a very attractive person. I feel like this is someone who is very used to getting attention, and they enjoy that attention. But there was a break. They may have ghosted you, or there just hasn't been any communication. And this person is they want to close that gap. I do feel like they are realizing, though, that the way they treated you was not the right way. And that was what caused so much pain in your energy. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. All right, we have the Ten of Wands reversed. And we have the Six of Wands reversed. So the two of you are coming from different places right now. You're feeling like this was unsuccessful because of the actions that were taken. And I feel like this person just, instead of trying to work things out with you, I feel like they just kind of ghosted you or just took off. So you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, this was unsuccessful, but I learned my lesson, and now I want a love that is worthy of me. So you're looking at this entire relationship differently. You're acknowledging the pain, but you're also acknowledging the work that you put into putting yourself back together. this person that's in your energy, they want to talk to you about resolving the problems between the two of you. This person is very burdened by the actions that they took, or possibly actions they did not take. And so I feel like they want to unburden themselves. They want to talk to you and try to work things out. Show me the energy that's affecting this connection. So some of you may have heard from this person already. Others of you, this person has not yet taken the initiative, but they will. Ten of Swords reversed and the Moon in reverse. This person is realizing that they literally really screwed up here. They're realizing that they caused a lot of pain. They're also realizing that you're healing from this. You are putting yourself back together. You are rebuilding your life. And you know, here's the thing, Cancer, is it almost looks like you knew that this person would at some point come back towards you. And you've just kind of been waiting. I feel like you realized it. You knew that they would in some manner. Now, with the Moon here in reverse, this is this person having these realizations, but now they're caught in their own trap. They're caught up in the web that they created, the problems that they created. And it was done, they're also realizing it was done with very poor judgment. Wow. All right, let me see the outcome. Your energy is all about repair. Now, some of you want to repair things with this person. So let me see, but you definitely have been putting yourself back together and you've made some changes. So I don't feel like you would want to go back to the relationship as it was by any means, but I also feel like, you know, you've made some tremendous changes. Oh, so it's going to lead to a decision. Yeah. And some of you are like, one day you're like, yes, this is my soulmate. I do want to be with this person. Other days you're like, no, they cause so much pain in my life. I can't even think about being with this person. And I get it. I get it. So you're kind of two minds here, and you'll be trying to make a decision about whether or not it's going to be more painful to move into this situation and you should just cut this person out, or whether or not this person can actually make amends for what they've done. At the end of the day, it's going to be your decision. And this person knows that. They know that. And that's because of the things that they've done in the past. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands in the reverse. That's underlying energy. So I'm going to say, Cancer, that whatever has gone on here, it went on for quite some time. It may have taken quite a bit of time for this person to have the realizations and to, you know, try to approach you, to communicate with you. Like I said, some of you they have, others they will. But when they do, they're going to reveal themselves to you. And that's what you're going to make your decision on. So I feel like with the Nine of Wands here, you're basically exhausted from this situation. I also feel like, I said earlier, you're trying to weigh up the pros and cons of whether or not it would be, if this person has made enough changes and if you're able to move forward with them. But ultimately, it'll be your decision about whether you resolve the problems with this person or cut them out. So let me clarify. Spirit, show me the Lovers for Cancer. Yeah, definitely someone from your past that things were not successful. It did not work out. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Good, 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 good. So we have the Queen of Swords along with the Six of Cups. This is telling me that you have, through all this pain that you went through, you've made some changes. You have boundaries here. You're not going to allow this person to just come in and pick up where they left off. There's definitely boundaries, and I do like that for you. Now, I do see that most of you are open to talking to this person, but you're not going to put up with any kind of BS from them either. You're basically going to say, look, we can talk about this, but I'm not going to just let bygones be bygones. There has to be some kind of boundaries in this relationship. That being said, you have been hoping that this person does come back into your energy. Yeah, and you may be wondering at this point if they're ever going to. This is somebody that is either a soulmate, and I'm getting strong soulmate energy, or this is somebody you've known for a very long time. Possibly a past life connection is here as well. Let me see the Hangman for Cancer. Show me the Hangman. Yeah, it took a long time for you to heal yourself. I don't know what this person did, but it was pretty dramatic. 2 of Wands reversed. 8 of Coins reversed. You're not going to put any effort into repairing this with this person. Your stance is basically, you chose to go in another direction, so I'm not going to put the effort into this. You need to do that. You need to repair this. There could still be some things that you're examining, you're looking at, you're trying to figure out. But ultimately, I feel like your stance is, you're very guarded, and I can understand why. So you won't be the one putting in the effort. It looks like you're going to watch and see what they're doing. Are they going to put in the effort? Let me see the 3 of Swords for Cancer. Fall time frame, it keeps popping up for you guys. Show me the 3 of Swords for Cancer. All right, we have the 6 of Wands, and we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So this is telling me that something here is not completed, but you don't know if it's going to have a good outcome either. There's some stuck energy revolving around the pain that you experienced with this person. For some of you, it may have even involved a third party. It was definitely something very painful. That being said, you would like to have success with this person, and you do feel some sense of success when this person does come back in to try to work things out or to communicate, whether that's just, you know, ego-based and it's like, yeah, I knew they would come back, or whether, you know, it's the ability to actually try to work things through with this person. So I do feel like you haven't completely moved on from them, but you're not sure if this person has made the changes necessary. And there is something cyclical about this connection here. So I feel like this has gone on a long time, and it's not your first rodeo with this person. So let me look at their energy and we'll see. Show me the 4 of Swords in reverse for the person in Cancer's energy. Yeah, they got caught. 7 of Swords reversed. They got caught. That's what caused the problems. This person was doing something that was deceptive, lying, cheating, stealing. Take it as it resonates, but whatever it is, you're aware of it. You know it, and they know you know it. So with the 9 of Cups here in reverse, this person has behaved in a very selfish manner. And I do feel like for some of you, this person may have had a alcohol or substance abuse problem or some sort of addictions. But I'm seeing that they got caught in whatever it was, and that's what led to the problems. Now they want to talk about it. They want to come in and they want to talk about it and work those problems out. But at the time that they got caught, I feel like this person just, you know, went ghost. They were behaving very selfishly. Let me see the King of Wands. Show me the King of Wands for the person in Cancer's energy. Oh, they're up in their head. All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and we have the 8 of Swords. So this person's up in their head. They're thinking about what it is that they want to do. They can't stop thinking about you, even though it does appear that they have tried to. Some of you might be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I see Gemini, Scorpio, possibly even another Cancer. But I do feel like this person, I feel like they are experiencing loss. And like I said, there's a deep sense of feeling that loss and knowing that it's related to the things that they did. They're kind of stuck with the consequences of their own actions now. So they're trying to figure out what to do about it. Be careful, because this person could have some financial issues that are going on. I do feel like, I don't know if this person had something to do with financial, deception here, but be careful with that, because I do see them having some losses financially as well. They could be worried about their money or their stability right now. Let me see this bottom energy for the person in Cancer's energy. They do know that they used really poor judgment when they walked away from this connection, or, whatever put the two of you at odds. They know that. Show me the bottom energy for the person in Cancer's energy. The Death card, King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, very strong Taurus, very strong Gemini energy. So yeah, this person wants to talk to you. I do feel like this person is coming towards you, really being honest about what they've done. They know that they used poor judgment when this connection ended. And they acted like they could have cared less, like, they didn't want to be in this connection. They didn't want to be with you, that, it was not a big deal. And I feel like, this person is realizing that you are the most compatible person to them. They see you actually as being their person. And so I feel like it took the loss, and it took them having to sit in the consequences of their own actions for them to realize that they really effed up here. Now, with the King of Swords, it does appear like they're going to initiate conversation. They're trying to figure out how to do that. They're going back and forth in their head, because they feel like you will turn them down, that you won't talk with them at all. But the good thing that I'm seeing, Cancer, is that it does appear that they're coming towards you honestly about everything that happened, with the intention of resolving the problem. So that's positive. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. See, I feel like you definitely are aware of what caused this connection to be unsuccessful. And I feel like you see this person very clearly, but it took a while. All right, Page of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Wands reversed. And the Five of Cups. Yeah, they have regrets. This person was maybe being a player. And if they weren't a player, they were in and out of this connection. It does look like for most of you that it's currently there's no communication. So this is their desire to come in and communicate with you. And I'll tell you exactly what's holding them up is that you see them clearly. And whatever they did here that was deceptive and selfish, it's out in the open. It's not like they can even sidestep it or walk away from it. And see, they have not wanted to talk about that. That's why you haven't heard from them. They haven't wanted to take accountability. But I feel like at some point, this person got trapped up in their own deceptions. Now they're forced to go back and look at everything that they've done, and they definitely have regrets. And they're wondering if it's even a possibility to have a second chance with you. I will say it does look like they've learned some pretty harsh lessons. Let me see. Now, I will also say that your intention is not to reach out to them. If they approach you, you're open to that. But it's not like you're just going to forget what took place here. And I do feel like there may have been, for a few of you, there's been some third-party energy here. And you may be like wondering, well, you know, are you coming to me and you're still involved with that other person? Because that's going to be unacceptable to you. I can see that. You have really raised the bar, Cancer, to what you're accepting in your life. So let me look at what's affecting the connection. Show me what's affecting the connection. I also feel like, on the one hand, you feel like, okay, so this person will eventually come towards me. You've kind of in the back of your mind been waiting for that, but I don't think you're going to see it coming. I don't think you're aware of the fact that they are looking for a second chance. And it's really based upon the fact that there's been, this person has experienced so much loss. And it's related directly to you. So this person's learned a hard lesson. And now it's going to be your choice if you take them back or you don't. Show me what's affecting this connection. All right. There it is. The Page of Wands. The Empress. Ace of Wands reversed. And we have the Knight of Pentacles reverse. Could be dealing with a Libra, Taurus energy. So what's affecting the connection is this person's going to reach out to you. They're just trying to figure out how to go about doing it. They literally at this point have you up on a pedestal. If they did take up with someone else, that I don't think that worked out well. And I think that it's made them realize how much they lost with you. In your mind, though, you're looking at it and you're saying, you know, you were deceptive. There was either lying, cheating, maybe all of it. I don't know. It does really look like this person was not faithful to the connection. And regardless, you're not moving past it. You're not going to just gloss it over. Whatever this person was prioritizing, whatever or whomever they were prioritizing, you're not going to gloss it over. You will talk with them, but you're going to hold them 100% accountable. Meanwhile, they're over here trying to figure out how in the world to approach you. They have you up on this pedestal. They're looking at you as somebody who has it all. Again, I want you to be careful regarding financial things. I don't think that's why they're coming in, but there's a remote chance it could be, because they definitely feel like you have it all, financially, emotionally, physically. I mean, they just feel like you're the cat's meow. So they want to work it out, but it took a long time for them to get to this point, and it took them actually feeling the loss and feeling the consequences of their action. So let's look at your outcome. So I don't think you've heard, most of you have not heard from this person yet, but you will. Oh, you might be thinking this is a karmic. All right, we have the King of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Let's get your final card. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles reversed. It's your decision. Just like I said in the beginning, you're not going to just gloss over what this person did. This person really, truly hurt you. And here's the thing, is that you've realized, Cancer, that you're going to be successful either with or without this person. I feel like you're looking at this and saying, I went through so much and I had to put myself back together, and you were not anywhere near, you were not available to help me do that, to heal this at that time. So I'm not going to just let bygones be bygones. I'm not. There has to be some accountability. I do feel like most of you, you're making a decision whether or not you're going to allow this person to come back into your life. I feel like most of you are not. You may be looking at this and saying, you know, there's still no stability here. Like I said, for some of you, you may suspect that there's financial issues. And I feel like some of you actually believe that, yes, this was a soulmate, but it was a karmic soulmate. So I feel like you experienced a deep sense of loss, and now the justice that you're seeing here is that they now have to go through the loss that you experienced. You're on the other side of that. You are going to be going back and forth in your mind about it, but ultimately I think most of you are going to be like, no, I can be successful without this person. Now, in their energy, they do know they do know that it was their actions that caused this. It does look like they're coming clean. I will also say that this person is not feeling well supported by either family or close friends either. So I don't know if the two of you had friends in common. If you did, those friends do not approve of the way this person has behaved. I also see that this person's finances have tanked since the ending of this connection as well. That too was due to, very poor judgment on their behalf. For some of you, this person's actions, they may tell you that they were acting off of poor judgment from somebody in their family, somebody that they highly respected, somebody that was very prominent, who was saying to them, Cancer's not the person for you. And that may be, part of what caused this loss. That's pretty highly specific though, so I don't know that that's for everyone. Regardless, this person is now going to go through the loss that you had to go through, because I feel like you're saying, no, I'm not dealing with any karmic energy. I'm not dealing with anybody that's coming to me for money or finances. I'm not dealing with anybody that is coming to me with instability. So bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords. Yeah, and that was in reverse, their first card out. So basically, this is you saying as an underlying energy, I dealt with this BS for a very long time. I had to recover and repair myself on my, by myself. You were nowhere to be found. You weren't talking to me. You had nothing to offer me. And now you're coming in, like we're just going to let bygones be bygones. And you're basically saying, no, now I'm going silent. Wow. Yeah, I mean, everything that they did is coming back to them. This is this is definitely this person getting the karma that they deserve. And here's the thing, Cancer, is they know it. They know it. Let me pull an oracle card for you. We'll see if there's any advice. All right, you have number 3, and it's called Wizard of Awareness. So let's read that. Your soul knows best. Be still and observe. Mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you too. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new, powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. That's all about that decision you're making, Cancer. Wearing the world as a loose garment requires you to adopt a sense that nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go, experiences evolve from one state to another in a continual shifting and change, no matter how much you want things to stay the same. The Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now. It's all good. Let it be. Watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. Remember, I told you that this person, when they do come back in, they're going to realize that you're now seeing them very clearly. So, take that awareness and, use that when you're making this decision. But it will be your decision. All right, I hope this has been helpful, Cancer. If you've resonated with this, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Cancer, know that you're loved, and namaste.